Let me guess, you bought a reMarkable because you wanted your life to feel a little more under control. Clearer, quieter, less cluttered in your head. You know, and for a little while it worked. You started writing again, thinking again, feeling like a person who has it together. And then it didn't really do much anymore. The notebook filled up, the excitement of the device when you get it, right, wore off, and your actual life stayed mostly the same. So today I want to explain why your reMarkable doesn't work for you. And no, it's not because you're doing it wrong, and it's not because the device is bad. There are really 3 reasons that are very important. And the first one is one I get fascinated by, and it is called tool fascination. You get excited about this, right? This is when we quietly decide that the tool is going to save us. We don't say it out loud, but we start to think it. This notebook, this app, this system, this one, I'm gonna date myself, the Trapper Keeper in the 80s, you know? And for a short time, it feels like you're right. Like this notebook was gonna do it back in high school for me or college. New folders for this, new templates. Maybe you get some pins, right? It feels productive. It looks productive. But most of the time, it's just delay wearing a nice outfit. Because organizing feels safer than deciding. Writing feels safer than committing. So the reMarkable becomes a place to think instead of a place to decide. And that's where people get stuck. The reMarkable is a container. It's a very good one. I love it. I use it. But it doesn't think for you. Really important. It doesn't prioritize for you. And really important, it doesn't tap you on the shoulder and say, hey, this is what we need to do today. It just sits there waiting. And if you don't give it direction, it becomes a very clean place to store indecision. The second reason the reMarkable doesn't work is that most people don't actually have a planning structure. Not notes, not lists. I'm talking about structure. A real structure answers some basic questions. Like, what am I building right now? What season of life am I in? What deserves my energy? And what does a good day look like? Do we know that? You know, without that, the notebook fills up with everything. Ideas next to obligations, goals next to distractions, thoughts that never turn into anything. And what we teach, mission, vision, values, goals, projects, tasks. And the problem isn't that you're not writing enough. The problem is you don't know what the writing is supposed to lead to. So guess what happens? People switch tools again and again and again. And a third reason the reMarkable doesn't work is the lack of support and follow through. This part gets ignored. Planning alone is hard. Sticking with a system alone is even harder. Without feedback, without examples, without seeing how other people are actually doing this, most plans slowly fade out. You don't need more motivation. You need more reinforcement. You don't need to know what done looks like. You need reminders of what matters. You need a rhythm that brings you back when you drift. That's what turns a notebook or a reMarkable or any tool into something useful. And here's the shift most people miss. When you pair your reMarkable, right, with a real planning system, clear weekly and daily structure, and some form of support or accountability, everything changes. Now the notebooks within reMarkable has a job. It's not just a dumping ground. It's a thinking space. It's a planning space. It's a decision space. And that's why we built our planning system and a reMarkable specific course inside MorningCoach. Not to give you another tool, but to help you use the one you already have. How to structure pages, how to plan weeks, how to turn ideas into actions, our get it done now, mission, vision, values. And yes, that lives inside MorningCoach along with the community and daily structure. But that's not the point. The point is your reMarkable doesn't fail because it's limited. It fails because tools don't replace systems. Build the structure first, add support, then let the tool do its job. That's when things start to move. So let's do it to it, and I'll see you in the next video. For those of you ready to check out MorningCoach, come by and see our wonderful community of hundreds of people around the world working together to make a difference, because it truly is a transformational community about lifestyle mastery. All right, I'll see you in the next video.